This is Karine from Narcissistic Abuse Recovery. Tonight I will be talking to you about the trauma bond, betrayal, and I'll be bringing in a Bible clip, and that is Samson and Delilah from Judges 16. And first of all, I want to say I hope everyone is having a good evening and everything good is happening around you. And coming into the trauma bond and betrayal, it's very, very difficult in life today to come across, people that have got no ulterior motives, like that are in, that are, well, I would say and call them empaths because that's what I've learned, but I can't call myself that because I'm still very much in recovery. But when you look at what's happening in the world, the darkness is prevalent everywhere. People are in pain and suffering, and especially in relationships, work wise, in all fields. This tragedy of narcissism just keeps growing and growing and is surrounding us. And first of all, betrayal, betrayal and constant betrayal, constant letdown, constant um, drama is what it follows a narcissist, follows people that are toxic and very, very difficult to get along with. When you find that they are not wanting your best interests, that they are in a situation where they encapsulating you, but they have an ulterior motive, and it's not about love and lust and the things that go on in normal people who would like to have a partner and a spouse. It doesn't happen that way for a narcissist. A narcissist is in a situation to draw out your energy, your resources, your emotions, your um, everything about what is good in you. They want to encapsulate for themselves, and they want to destroy you while they're busy with the acquiring of what they're getting. And coming now to the trauma bond, um, it's while I've been trying to educate myself that I've come across the fact that the trauma bond is something that the narcissist uses to produce hurt, so that after the love bombing, when they really, really enjoyed the wonderful good days with them, all of a sudden you started to feel like you were dropped, and then they would come back and they would promise you things, and you would get a glimpse of what you had before, and then they would be out the door again. And so you were in this bonded to them, waiting for the happy times, and they were hurting you. And this is called a trauma bond. And then the worst thing is the betrayals. They begin to betray you. They gaslighting with their flying monkeys, and they want to bring you down. And over and over and over again, it's just one betrayal after another. This happens in careers. It happens in homes with a couple. It happens with brothers and sisters, and all kinds of relationships. So, trauma bonding and betrayal are two of the very hurtful things that toxic people do to people that are trying to live a good life, trying to build, trying to make things happen in a positive way. And coming to the scripture, I'm coming to Samson and Delilah. Samson was chosen by God for a particular purpose, and his purpose was to get the people, the Israel, the Jewish people, the people out of the hands of the Philistines. This was difficult because they had been in bondage. And funny enough, the Philistines are from Gaza, and they were in bondage to the, with the Philistines for many, many years. So the Lord decided that no, He wanted to free His people. And Samson was born a Nazarite, which was a very strict dialect of the Jewish people at that time. And, his mother dedicated him into this. And so he knew he had a mission and a purpose in his life. And he pursued it until he started to have an attraction or attractions to Philistine women. And with Samson, he was very, very powerful. And it was very difficult for the Philistines to bring him down. And so there were constant ramifications, battles, and chaos between Samson and the Philistines. Anyway, he married Delilah, and this is where betrayal comes in. And I thank the Lord for showing me this. That even in His Word, there is times and people that He brought through, the betrayals and the hurts. But anyway, Samson, his major gift from God was in his hair. The power from the Lord was bestowed on it through his hair. And so, after slaughtering a lion and a donkey and all kinds of things, Delilah kept on asking him, because the Philistines, her being a Philistine woman, were on her all the time, asking her, what is the secret? And of course, eventually she betrays Samson, and she tells the Philistine armies that it's in his hair, in his locks, and his hair is cut, and the Philistine gouge his eyes out, and then he's left now as their prisoner. Very much something that narcissists want to keep you as a prisoner, with the trauma bond and all the hurts and the betrayals adding to the trauma bond. You don't realize it, but you're encapsulated by always wanting to have the love bomb again. So you keep on, and they keep on belittling you and betraying you and hurting you and taking away basically your whole personality, until you realize that, hey, hold on, I'm not going to just allow you to keep on doing this to me. I've got a life that I still have to live, and it's not about you, it's about me. And when you get to that realization, that's when it's very, very dangerous, but you get helped from above. The Lord is there. He put me through. Thank God I educated myself into getting to this position. But of course, as you know, those who are in the medical fraternity and those who are already a lot better than I am will tell you that I have still got a long, long healing journey to go on. But coming back to Samson, so he was in prison, and they had gouged his eyes out. And anyway, he still did the work for the Lord, because there was to be a major event at the palace, and there was going to be all kinds of things, and they wanted to parade Samson around as one of the trophies that the Philistines had managed to acquire, and with his eyes gouged out. So Samson made a request that he is put by the pillars of the temple. And as the story goes, he brought down the temple and more Philistines than there were in that temple. So God's plan still managed to prevail. And when I was in my deepest, darkest trauma bond, I would cry out to the Lord. I'd had no idea that I was idolizing a narcissist or a toxic individual. I just thought, well, this is how it is to be in love with someone. And when you are a person who wants the best in life, you always look for everything good and everything good in the person, but it wasn't. And it wasn't to be. And I thank the Lord that I'm strong enough and I'm able to stand up, and all the things are going on through it all, I'm able to stay strong. I've gained a lot of wisdom and courage and strength and resilience. I've learned so much. I've learned things like reciprocity, which I never knew before. And I praise and thank the Lord for the many, many journeys that I've taken to get to where I am. And if this could have helped just one soul who is hurting and in pain and who needs help by listening to this, I would be so, so grateful. And I just want to pray that everybody gets to freedom and wisdom and knowledge, especially in the times that are prevailing today as the world grows darker and darker. I've never uh, said anything about how to contact me, but all YouTube channels do have a place where you can write a comment if you wish. Take care, everyone. I thank you for listening. Love you all, and good night.